What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Nick with 𝘿𝙧𝙮 Media, and welcome to another episode of Path to a Million podcast. Today, I want to talk to some of you that are out there that offer, some low-cost extra services in your practice, that are separate from chiropractic or massage or acupuncture, things that would make sense in the general public's mind. I'm not really talking about those so much. I'm talking more about like DOT physicals, cryotherapy would be a good one. Just anything where it maybe doesn't really fit in exactly with what the general public would think of when they would think about what a chiropractor offers. So I think that let's take the reason I'm making this video today is because I did a call with an office today, and we were going through their online presence, and we were on their website, and they didn't have a lot of pages, but one of the pages that they had was for DOT physicals, and it kind of stuck out because it didn't really like match up with the rest of the pages on the site, and it got me thinking about like when you offer up those extra services, should you kind of confuse potential visitors with things that maybe they wouldn't think of? Maybe that, if somebody lands on that page, maybe they see it and they think, well, that's a different kind of office than what I, had in mind. So what I recommended to them, because when you would search for DOT physicals in their city and state, their, even though the web page didn't pop up, the Google My Business page popped up. They must be like the only provider of DOT physicals in the area. But what I recommended to them was, keep the page on your website, but the only way that people are going to find them for that is if they, do a Google search and they happen to find the practice. So I think it's worth putting a page on the website for that, but maybe just not putting it in the menu. Because not all the pages on your website need to be front and center on the menu when somebody lands on the home page. They don't have to instantly be able to navigate it. You could put it down like in the footer of the website and just kind of hide it away to where Google knows that it exists. Google knows that for your city, your state, you have a DOT physical service, but that random Joe Schmo that lands on your website doesn't need to see it because it's just totally irrelevant to them. So that's probably the best kind of example of this that I can think of, because anytime I see people that are offering DOT physicals, unless you're doing it as a lead generation to get people in the office to then try to convert them to chiropractic, I never quite really understand the effort or the energy that's put into getting those leads, because it's usually like a one-time, $100, $150, and then you never see them again. And unless you're doing like huge volumes of that, I think it just probably distracts from what you are really trying to do, which is help people through chiropractic. So there are other things, like I said, like with cryotherapy, with even like supplements, anything that if you're trying to drive traffic into the website, and the 90+% of your income comes from people getting chiropractic care for musculoskeletal or organic conditions within your practice, that should be really like everything that you're talking about on the site. The more that you put in the extra stuff, unless you're like with cryotherapy, like we had a cryotherapy machine in the practice, but we also were branding this sports recovery center that we had as kind of like a recovery center as a sub business, kind of like within the business. So that kind of made sense. But even still, when we were driving people in for chiropractic, it could be something that just kind of takes people off track. So I'm a big believer in, if you're trying to get chiropractic patients in the door, stay focused on chiropractic. Try not to confuse the person who is scrolling around the site. And the simpler the site can be, the better. So the less pages you have that they can even choose from, you're probably better off. but for these like little services that people may be searching for, like I still see it in my, my insights in Google, where people will pop up because people are searching cryotherapy, Springfield, Illinois, even though we don't have we still have the machine, but we're not utilizing it anymore. So it's people are searching for that. And if you want to be found for that, then absolutely have a page. Just keep it kind of hidden. You can also run Google ads for that to make sure that you show up at the top of the page. Like I said, their web page actually was not showing up, but their Google My Business was. So I recommended to them, build that web page out better so that Google knows that it exists, but then also maybe run some Google ads. So you should make sure that you show up at the top of the page. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to put every single thing that you do in the practice. I've seen offices that I saw a website the other day that had like cold ice packs, heat therapy, muscle stim, ultrasound. Like that stuff no one's looking for that. No one cares. You can just kind of you can skip those pages. Anything you can do to simplify is better. And not every page needs to be readily accessible by everyone that lands on your page. So hopefully that helps. Take a look at your page or your website and see if there are any pages that either could be eliminated or maybe could be hidden to where it's maybe not in the top of the website or in the menu. So hopefully that helps, and we'll see you on the next one.